welcome to Vanessa Loves. I just wanted to share a thought with you today as I'm doing some research on faith and doing my best to answer the question, Vanessa, what is faith? And why do I need it? Why is it essential? And it's interesting because as I was doing some research earlier, I came across an interview with Brene Brown and Oprah Winfrey where she talks about if perfection is the driver, shame is the shotgun rider, and fear is the backseat driver. And that really resonated with me because in all my work and actually in my own experience, perfectionism has definitely been something that has been a coping mechanism for me. And in all the emotional health work that I do and in many conversations I've had over the last few weeks, that perfectionism is a form of control, and it's incredibly damaging. And for me, perfectionism is people, they polish their lives, they do whatever they can to make themselves look and come across a certain way. And I don't just mean look as in your physical appearance, but your life. It's a way of covering up what I call the shadow side, the part of me that I don't want you to see. So with all my clients, when I chat with them, there's normally some underlying something that if I said to them, what is it you don't want me to know about you? You can feel them pause and they look around and you can hear and feel the energy. You can see the energy coming to them with an idea, and you know that they want to share it. But they really struggle and they edit it and they try and negate that it's come to them, either through their inspiration, or there is a feeling that comes up, and you can often see that feeling manifest in tears. And when that manifestation comes in tears, I know that we've hit something. I know that they have got to a point where they go, I can't deny this any longer. And perfectionism for me is incredibly damaging because it covers up the shame, and the shame is driven by fear. The perfectionism is what will people think? So we have this veneer on our lives, and it is to cover up. I'm in control of what you think about me and what you see. The shame that it covers up is I am bad, I am wrong, I am broken, I am toxic, where we think that there is something fundamentally wrong or damaged about us. And the fear, my God, the fear is the fear of being seen for who we truly are. Because we think that if we show up as our true selves, if we demonstrate, if we express ourselves wholeheartedly without the perfectionisms, if we show up in all our imperfectness, if you like, if that's a word, who cares? But I think you get the gist. We'll feel that we'll be judged and criticized and ridiculed, and we feel that is the death. We feel that is just the worst thing that could happen. And even though it feels, the thinking about that, it might feel like that's the end. In some respects, it is. It's the dying away of the old self, the old persona that quite frankly doesn't serve us. And in lots of conversations I've had lately, it is about exhaustion. People are tired. We're tired of being perfect. We're tired of, I am what you think, I care about what you think of me. I'm tired. The ego is I am what I do, I am what I have, I am what people think of me. And what the energy that we put into our lives because of what we think others will think is quite frankly a waste of energy, and it is crippling and demoralizing and just downright exhausting, quite frankly. So faith for me is what comes up as I was working out why this conversation that Brene was having with Oprah, why it resonated with me so much. And as of late, I have got to the point where I've just put my big girl pants on. I've learned to embrace more so than I ever have before my imperfectness. I've learned to sit with my shadow. I continue to sit with the parts of me that need that little bit of extra love. The parts of me that if I didn't ever have to talk about them or accept them, I wouldn't. But I also know that if I do that, I'm not living my fullest life. I'm not being true to myself. And if I'm not in that place, then I'm only going to attract more of the shitty people and circumstances in my life that perpetuate that. And I don't want that anymore. So for me, faith, as we've talked about in previous posts and conversations, is believing in what is not yet seen. And it's a trust. And having faith for me is understanding that if I can embrace and accept my imperfections, release that perfection, if you like, that facade, that mask, if I can strip all that back, if I can get naked, metaphorically naked, if I can strip back those stories and I can be okay with my imperfections, the parts of me that need that little bit more love and attention, if I can embrace that and accept that, I will discover that there is nothing wrong with me. I am lovely just as I am, inside and out, the light and the dark. There's nothing wrong with me. I just think there is. There's nothing toxic about me. I just think there is. There is nothing broken about me. I just think there is. And the only part that's broken or toxic is the fact that I delude myself with the perfecting the persona or the mask that I think hides the parts of me, and it just doesn't. It literally just covers it up. It's like paint on rust. Once I discover and I learn that there is nothing wrong with me and I'm not broken, I release and I open myself up to, and I come face to face with my fears of being ridiculed, being laughed at, being criticized, being judged. And I see that simply as my fuel, the fuel in my tank that energizes me to keep going. So faith for me is embracing your imperfectness, warts and all, recognizing that you are gorgeous just as you are inside and out. There is nothing wrong with you. You just think there is. And to know that fear really is the opposite of faith, and that it will fuel your tank, and off you go. You're free to express yourself as you so wish. And the word that's coming to mind is unapologetically and untouchable. And so faith for me, I believe, is a necessity and an essential ingredient in our daily lives. So if you've got any questions around that, or you want to explore that any more, then please do reach out. I'd be more than willing to have a conversation with you around it, especially if you are recognizing that you are ready and willing to talk about the parts of you that you would much rather not exist were there. I've been there, I am there, and I'll continue to go there. So I'm happy to hold the space for you too. God bless you, and I look forward to catching up with you next time. Bye bye.